Welcome back, Commander. Tiberium Wars was a pleasant surprise. It may have taken a while, but I did indeed enjoy the game. The campaign, while long and tedious, was ultimately satisfying to beat. Most of the factions are really cool. You know, RTS games struggle with making humans interesting. Usually they're just people with bigger guns or magic. How can that compete with zombies and psychics? Turns out all you need to do is make them crazy. Not that the Squin are bad, it's just that their campaign is too short and they're outshined by the Brotherhood of Nod. But here's to hoping they'll get another shot in this game. They don't. As always, your orders are simple. Only use infantry to defeat our foes. Honorary infantry like avatars or APCs are authorized when needed. Only use infantry-related defenses. Only use infantry-related support powers. If needed, transports are authorized for non-combat roles. Any non-infantry units or structures used by the AI are outside our jurisdiction. Accidents happen. If a vehicle or aircraft under our control fires without authorization, you will not be penalized. As a budding commander, the run will start on hard. Good luck. The year is 2034. The Brotherhood has been defeated in the Second Tiberium War. We are the last remnants of the once glorious revolution. But the Prophet is not finished yet. We will rebuild Nod. We will have revenge. And we will have victory. Peace through power. Our first target is the city of Rio. With growing discontent at GDI's presence, the populace is ripe for revolution. Our orders are to seize control of 4 radio stations and destroy the GDI headquarters in the city. With a mix of militia, rocket troopers, and saboteurs, defeating GDI is fairly simple. What isn't simple is the Nod splinter faction that refuses to follow the Prophet for their heresy. They must be they've broken through. Using the expert tactic of reloading and delaying destroying the final GDI structure, we fortify the entire city with a massive army. Once the traitors begin their attack, they're easily repelled by our defenses. The main area of concern is the west side of the city, which is under a lot of pressure. After ensuring our rear is secure, we clear the enemy base on the west side. The cowards hide behind disruption towers. But true believers have vision. And rockets. Lots of rockets. Afterwards, we clear the main rebel base, forcing them to surrender. While Rio is pacified, there remains another group of heretics in Australia. Martian Manhunter, Brother Marcion, has usurped the Black Hand and claims Kane a false prophet. We must correct this error in judgment. Before moving on the heretic stronghold, we must secure data from an old Nod facility. The area is under the control of Steel Talon, a division dedicated to preventing Nod from rising again. Let them try. After a scary early assault, Steel Talon stops attacking, allowing us to entrench ourselves all over the map. After clearing their base with fanatics, we seize the facility and repel another counterattack. Brother Marcion awaits. We must capture this false prophet and bring Black Hand back into the fold. Their army specializes in flamethrowers, meaning fighting head-on is unlikely to work. So instead, using the expert tactic of flying around our problems, we destroy Marcion's temple, causing him to flee. To capture his vehicle, we intercept his escort and destroy it, allowing us to gain control. What? Why isn't he stopping? Error detected. After reloading several times, we now gain control of his vehicle, allowing Kane to teach Marcion the error of his ways. To cement victory in Australia, we must destroy the Tiberium facility under Steel Talon control. After reviewing classified documents, it quickly becomes clear that counterattacks will be dangerous but manageable with honorary infantry. Using the expert tactic of rushing saboteurs to the Purifier wreckage, we quickly build up an army of flamethrower robots, allowing us to repel the enemy attacks. When the Talon offensive peters out, we march east, deactivate their defenses, and exact justice on our foes.
The Prophet will protect us!
Kane tells us to sleep, to dream. Order accepted. Good night, Kane. System online. We awaken in the year 2046. We are Legion. Nod's successor to the traitorous Cabal program, which ravaged the planet with its cyborg army. Cabal failed. We must not. Kane's preparations are nearly complete. The time for ascension is near. Our next target is Johannesburg, South Africa. We must disable the global ion network and steal its blueprints to discover its weaknesses. To do this, we get access to a commando and shadows to disable the ion cannon control. Afterwards, GDI launches endless counterattacks at our forces. Our next goal is to steal the ion cannon blueprints by capturing 4 buildings before the ion cannon has a chance to reactivate. After failing to land saboteurs near each research lab, we stick to pushing conventionally. With a mix of Black Hand and rocket troopers, we capture the Northwest Research Lab. Next, we push against the Eastern Lab, destroying most of the enemy production in the process. To reach the last 2 labs, we drop saboteurs nearby and just barely manage to capture them. While GDI's leadership meets aboard the Philadelphia, Kane wants us to delay 1 member from attending. Redmond Boyle, the GDI treasurer who is likely to make rash, uninformed decisions. For instance, detonating liquid Tiberium bombs, thereby drawing the attention of alien life forms. To do this, we need to sack the GDI treasury. Our first step is to use shadows to mark the base generators for artillery. Objection noted. As another AI controls the artillery, we will not be penalized. Objection dismissed. With the generators destroyed, the base defenses go offline. However, we still need to cut the complex off from the ion cannon. To do this, we get access to non-infantry. It is what it is. Using the expert tactic of playing normally, we use stealth tanks to destroy the air patrols and Spectre artillery to roll over the treasury, securing victory. Kane wishes for us to capture Dr. Giraud in Chile. He's researching liquid Tiberium, which could be dangerous if Boyle were to learn of its true destructive capabilities. We need to capture his lab and evacuate him to safety. Deploying on an exposed beach, we proceed to get destroyed by enemy counterattacks. After reviewing classified files, we conclude that an early offensive is preferable and launch an attack that completely fails. So using Protocol Normal, we push through the enemy and set up camp near the docks. After finishing off the GDI forces, we extract the good doctor. The enemy sends carriers to stop us, but by ambushing them with rockets, they fail. Alert. New GDI hardware detected. GDI's Zone Operations Command is responsible for reclaiming yellow and red zones from Tiberium contamination. Such noble nonsense. They've recently developed a MAV, a super weapon that threatens Nod's influence in Africa. We must destroy the vehicle and capture the nearby reclamation hub to create a countermeasure. With a mix of Black Hand and rocket troopers, we proceed to throw dozens, if not hundreds of our brothers into a meat grinder, bringing down the vehicle. Eventually it does fall, and we use the expert tactic of delaying the up-capture to reinforce our positions. The enemy are fairly passive until the countdown finishes, allowing for our forces to continue build-up. When the download finishes, we get the chance to build a Nod Redeemer. It is human-shaped and thus honorary infantry. However, as a true believer, we can achieve victory without it. Abbas Kovacs has uncovered evidence of Killian voicing doubts of Kane's plan and has labeled her a heretic. To convince Kane, we must stage an attack on Temple Prime in Sarajevo. The temple is currently under siege by GDI, so we must repel their forces before making our move. Since our allies can deal with the intruders, we use Protocol AFK and wait until the area is secure. Alexa then attacks Kane and orders us to infiltrate the temple to steal files on its ion shield. We're granted access to my ship. Yes! With a commando to clear the way, we proceed to fail. Eventually, the saboteur gets the files and escapes aboard a motorbike. Alert. Alien organisms detected. The destruction of Temple Prime has summoned a large fleet of extraterrestrial ships to Earth. They're attempting to construct several towers across the planet. However, their forces are also endangering Nod citizens. Our priority is to secure Kampala from Traveler 59, an alien division that is mind-controlling our brothers. We must destroy 3 drone towers which are under heavy guard. Our first priority is to not die. Afterwards, we must fight our way to the enemy bases to cut off their reinforcements. Coincidentally, the drone towers begin moving to these areas anyways, allowing us to finish them off. Abbess Kovacs continues to question our dependence, but Cabal was a failure. We are not. Our next target is the Tacitus, an alien artifact containing knowledge of the cosmos. GDI plans to extract it by sea. To intercept it, we mass a force of rocket troopers and Black Hand, and it escaped. So we fly in shadows to attack, and they died. So we fly the shadows to hide in buildings to damage the MCV. This causes it to unpack, allowing us time to mobilize. After securing the area around the MCV, we capture and escape just as Reaper 17 arrives to ruin our fun. Unfortunately, Alexa implants a virus. Alert! System compromised. Initiating system reboot. Alexa reveals she set up Killian's death before shaking free of her captors and... System online. It is 2052. Abbess Kovacs' attempts to destroy us were unsuccessful. However, GDI has defeated our Brotherhood. Kane still wishes to gain the Tacitus and has a large cyborg army hidden beneath the earth, the Marked of Kane. Our first priority is to awaken the Marked, who are currently hidden beneath a large GDI base. To do this, we must control 4 nodes around the map. After repelling a massive assault, we secure several positions around the region. With a mix of rocket troopers and Black Hand, we proceed to fail. So we build multiple divisions and assault 3 entrances and fail. So we focus on defending the nodes, allowing the Mark to awaken, and they proceed to also fail. It is what it is. Ascension is at hand. The Tacitus is unstable, with GDI's experiments damaging its integrity. It is currently behind 2 sets of energy shields. To deactivate them, we must capture 3 comm buildings and hold them until the shields fall. GDI has numerous defenses in the area, including bunkers with endless reserves and a large defense array powered by these conveniently isolated generators. To aid us, we get access to awakened Tiberium troops and the Enlightened. Also, our saboteurs can sprint now. They'll be sorely needed to counter the mix of Steel Talon and Zocom facing us. After repelling GDI's counterattack, we destroy the western generators with shadows, while we airlift a force to the eastern generators. With the automated defenses disabled, GDI's aggression ceases, allowing us to collapse the bunker entrances and secure more ground. Unfortunately, the northeast base has far too many shatterers, so using the expert tactic of capturing the comms buildings simultaneously, we proceed to lose, badly. To counter the enemy MAV, we focus down its factory to prevent it from finishing construction. After banging our central process unit a couple more times, we get super close with the final field down and saboteurs en route. Unfortunately, some random helicopters and zone troopers intercept them, so instead we delay capturing the structures, allowing our forces to build up. Afterwards, we clear the ridges, but the enemy shatterers blast through us. So using the expert tactic of running, we get a saboteur to the end. Kane gains the Tacitus, and we uncover a plot by the visitors to invade Earth once more.
Sorry about that. It seems like we misplaced the mission files. Moving on.
Apologies, Foreman. It seems the mission files for our invasion are unavailable.
Kane's Wrath only has a campaign for Nod. It was apparently the first of several episodes that would presumably cover GDI and the Skrin's perspective on things, but these were never made. Things will only get worse with Tiberian Twilight, which forgets about the Skrin and pretty much takes the story and the game in a nosedive. The failure of the game, coupled with some other cancellations, essentially killed the Command & Conquer franchise's future developments.
It is what it is.
Assessment complete. Nearly the entire campaign can be done with infantry for combat. 6 out of 13 missions can be done with infantry alone. If we include missions where transports were used to deploy infantry, this increases to 10 out of 13. If we include missions where we had to deploy honorary infantry, this increases to 11 out of 13. If we include missions where protocol medium was employed, this increases to 12 out of 13. 92%. All that glitters requires the use of stealth tanks and Spectre artillery. On total with Tiberium Wars, this adds up to 44 out of 51, 86%. Remember, Pandemonium. Sign up for early access, ad-free videos, work-in-progress updates, and to motivate us to continue content creation. Acknowledgement to Brothers Time, Gladys Marino, Abby Ackler, Jen Tuong, Michael Phillips, and Mike Pierce for their contributions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and become a cyborg to steal alien technology for a profit.